I'm Danny, and this is the Scream Princess podcast. Welcome back to the Scream Princess podcast, and it is another festive edition with the Christmas tree. It is that time of year, and I'm sat here like a little old lady with my blanket, and I'm joined today by, I'm going to say, a modern day Scream Prince, Will Marshall. Have you
Hello,
ever been?
Danny. Thank you very much for that introduction.
You're very welcome. Have you ever been called that before?
No, that is a first. I
Ah,
will take that. That is going to be on the Acting Pro House. That's going to be on the website. So thank you
yes.
very much for that.
You're very welcome. Well, I was actually looking through your credits, so we'll talk about how we met, when we met, and like your whole career and everything.
Mhm.
But I was looking through your credits, and you're kind of like the boy version of me. You do like predominantly horror. And I mean, I always said when people were asking if I'm a Scream Princess, and I was like, no, because at the time I'd done like, two films or something, and I feel like
Mm.
Scream Princess or Scream Queen is like, you know like someone major. So I was like, no, I'll be a princess because I
Oh,
haven't
don't sell
like,
yourself short, Danny.
well, maybe now that I've done a lot more, but this was kind of early days, and I always thought I don't really deserve the title queen back then. So I went with princess. Also, I think it sounds younger,
Okay, okay, I get the
you
logic.
know?
Fair enough.
So I went with that, but I feel like, you kind of earned the Scream Prince title these days.
Thank you. Well, looks like I've got to try and earn the Scream King title at some point
Yes.
then.
I think we have to be like older to be that, you know?
Yeah, we've got some time yet for that,
Well, I
though.
always think when you're young and you're like your fairy tales, it's always the princesses and the princes, and the kings and the queens are like the grown-ups, and I don't quite feel like a grown-up yet.
No, no. We growing up is not all it's cracked up to be.
It's not. It's not. So you're somewhere in the north as well. Where are you? Where are you?
Yeah, well, I'm Midlands based. I'm not as north
Midlands.
as you are, the
Oh,
northeast. So I'm Derbyshire based.
right. So that's a really handy location actually, isn't it? Because you can get everywhere within, a few hours.
Yeah, it is one of the best places to be around. I mean, I'm only like 10 minutes from the M1, so
Yeah.
straight away I can head straight down south anywhere in the north, over
Yeah.
towards Birmingham. It's very easy to get around.
Yeah. Yeah, and I ended up way, way, way away because I was more south than you, and I'd
Hmm.
probably complain that I'm cold when I'd come to film a little bit further north, and now I'm like,
Yeah.
now I've realized how cold can be,
You're soon
basically.
adapting to it. I'm sure you'll soon adapt. Give it
Well,
a
no,
couple of
I've
years.
been here. Oh, hey, I've been here nearly two years now, and I don't
What?
feel like I'm adapting to the cold. Hello, you've just been fed, so you're not hungry. So
Little
yeah.
cat cameo there.
Yes, they've made many a cameo on here. They're not quite so bad now. When I first had them, she was like the girl one, the other one, she'd climb the curtains. So you'd be sat
Hmm.
here doing a podcast and she's like stealing the
A welcome
screen.
little distraction. Wouldn't
Yes.
be uh, wouldn't
Do
be
you,
a good podcast without a cat climbing the curtains.
do you have pets?
I don't, unfortunately. No,
Mm.
we're not a pet family, unfortunately. I
Oh.
used to have dogs mostly all the time. I've
Mm.
never had cats because my family are all allergic to them, apart
I
from
always
me.
had dogs, and then my boyfriend's more of a cat person. We got cats, but they could be so naughty. I'm like, we should have got a dog. We
Yeah,
should
so
have got a dog.
cats are very more solitary, I think, animals, aren't they? They kind of
Yeah. I mean, they're
go
sweet,
off
but
and do their own
they
thing.
have their moments, and you're like, dogs are, I think dogs have broken less stuff. Like I just moved in here and put new carpets down, got the kittens, and within a week they'd like trash my carpets near the doors. They're like
Yeah.
scratching to get in, and my curtains have all got little pinprick holes in, and they're just, I think they're more destructive than dogs.
Oh, exactly.
I always
Cats
had
like
small
to they
dogs,
like
so
to mark territory.
yeah, they are. They are.
It's them letting you know it's their house now.
Yeah, but I quite like having little black witches cats. It kind of suits my
That's true.
aesthetic.
Yeah, I'm just going to say the same thing actually. Yeah, it
Yeah.
goes well with the horror aesthetic.
Yes. Although, so I did a podcast with Tony and Lauren last week. So that was the first of like the festive period. So this is going to
Mm.
be like the week following them. And I wore a jumper because I was like, I usually wear dresses and things on here. And I was like, it's just too cold. I've got two pairs of socks on. I've got a jumper and a top. It's like all of the clothes.
Yes, got to be warm, comfortable, and yet still fashionable.
Yes, yeah, it's cozy. So, when did you get into acting? I mean, I've known you a good few years now, but when did you start out as an actor?
Oh, years ago now. My first time ever doing film acting was in 2012 on a film called Dead Walkers: Rise of the Fourth Reich with a director called Phil Gardner, and we had a little group of us back then who used to consistently go and do these like smaller budget films. And he filmed around locally in the Midlands, around Derbyshire and Nottinghamshire. But then things came to light about what kind of person he was and what kind of films these actually were. So we quickly
Oh,
realised that not long after and decided, yeah, I think we're going to stick clear of that.
oh, I'm
So I kind
intrigued.
of, oh, it's a long story, Danny. We probably don't have time for all the details,
I've got
but
all the time.
well, basically, how it came about is a friend of mine from college used to get parts in his films locally, and he would tend to just basically just kind of use them for young women who were basic. He kind of just wanted to exploit them really.
Oh,
He was very exploitative. I think I wasn't ever privy to some certain scenes, but I think they were more explicit than he
right.
ever left out.
I
And
think,
it
I mean,
eventually
it's
came.
there's certain types of filmmaking, and but everyone has to know what they're letting themselves in for, you know.
Mhm.
So I guess if
And
they,
yeah, we were not aware back when we were just young teens, thinking, oh, we're going to make big in the acting industry with this guy, and we had a very shocking surprise come the end of it. So we quickly,
I
after
feel
a year or
like
so,
I've heard the
got out.
name. I've heard his name.
Yeah, he went under a couple of aliases for a time. I think one of the main ones he used was the Aquinas. Mike MJ Dixon knows about it quite a lot because
Right.
not long after we finished up, like getting out of that situation with
Hmm.
Phil, we then obviously went into doing films of MJ.
Yes.
So Jane and Craig, two of my friends who got the lead roles in Legacy, brought me on to Legacy of Thorn with MJ when they were doing some final shoots in Preston.
Hmm.
And we just kind of then made a introduction. I spoke to Anna, spoke to MJ,
Hmm.
and that was kind of like I think for what I class as my first proper film role.
Right.
And then me and MJ obviously have done many films together. You know,
Yes.
as I'm really rocking
Yes, I
the
noticed the
Myco logo.
branding. I did notice.
It's kind of just
Advertising.
like part of me now. Unfortunately, I
Yeah.
can't. Yeah,
Yeah, you're
it's
definitely
part of
part
me.
of Team
I want.
Myco. You're like part of the Myco,
Oh,
world. But you've been in a few
yeah,
of his.
very much.
So I've been in just, well, Pandemonium, and then I know like how he has his universe, and you kind of sometimes characters kind of go into other films and things, but you've actually played
Yeah.
different characters.
Yeah, quite a few. You know what? I was thinking about how many films I've been in for Mike. A number of like little shorts that he's done on the Patreon in like
Hmm.
the same sort of film franchise. And then there's all the features on their own as well. But of course, they're all connected into that horror universe. So
Hmm.
we just seem to we just seem to wing it every time. I think it's like, oh, how is the same actor playing this character from this film to this film? Oh, it doesn't matter. He'll die in the next 10 minutes anyway, so therefore it doesn't really matter because obviously I've not been like one of the leads in it, so it's
Right.
not really as as jarring for someone to see me as, let's say, a lead in one role and then think, but didn't that character just die in the
Yeah.
previous installment? Why are they back? So
Yeah.
I've kind of just become kind of like the micro chameleon,
Yeah. It's
as it
fun though.
were, just
It's
sort of
fun.
shifting
Like,
it to every single
yeah, like
horror
put a
universe.
different wig on him, change his hair. Like, you can get away with it.
Oh, I'm quite sick of doing wigs, unfortunately. The Mask of Former, where I just had this sort of like 80s perm, it has got to be
What was that
almost
in?
memorable. That was Mask of Form, that was the second
Right.
film.
What hair did
Um,
you have in Pandemonium? So we met, did we meet on Pandemonium?
yeah, that was the first time we
Right.
met.
So that
Thank
was,
my hair just was just natural at the time, so I've always had quite long hair, but
hmm,
it's been quite thin, and then eventually during lockdown, I decided, you know what, I'll brave the shave. I'm getting annoyed with this, and then
yeah,
I'm afraid the kind of shaved and bald look has stuck.
yeah. So when did we shoot Pandemonium? You remember? Was
I
it
want to
pre-lockdown?
say, Yeah, I want to say it was
Yeah.
summer 2019, 2018.
Yeah, so it was a while ago now.
Yeah, that's been
Yeah.
some while ago. I
Yeah.
don't think we worked together until, did we not? I think the next time we actually worked on set together was probably Werewolf Cabal.
Yes. But you weren't, I wasn't in a scene with you that day.
No, I was on the set with you that day,
You're
but I
on
was just
set
doing
because
production
you
management.
tend to like get roped into doing all sorts of stuff on set as well, don't you? Like, and I
Oh,
always say this when I'm talking to people from, the independent film industry, it's like we just pitch in and do all sorts. Like, I mean, you've done all kinds of different jobs on set when you're not actually acting, and
acting,
I've
yeah.
done all kinds of bits and bobs. I tend to
Yes,
fall
because
into the
obviously
really
you're doing
girly
lots of
roles though. I
producing
always
and
end up doing
directing, aren't
cooking. I always end up like doing
you? Oh,
like, yeah, I always end up doing like in the kitchen catering and making tea.
yeah. Such is the nature of the industry, isn't it? We have to have many hands-on skills and many strings to our bow.
Yeah, this is true. I think MJ set is actually the only one where I've held a boom. So on Pandemonium at one point I was holding a boom. So I was like, oh, I haven't
Mm.
done this before. This is fun.
That's it. One off the tick list.
Yes. Yeah. What qualifications do you have? Boom.
Boom. I can
Boom.
hold the boom. So that's all you
Yeah,
need. You'll
exactly.
have plenty more careers than there.
Exactly. So what do you think it was then that kind of made you want to do horror? Like, was that the aim, or have you just ended up doing lots of horror?
I think it's kind of where I've ended up really.
It's very much so.
Just because as soon as I got in with Mike, and then Mike started introducing me to a lot of the other people that we know from the community,
Hmm.
it just kind of stuck. And I'm forever grateful for it. I wouldn't have changed it for the world. I've loved doing horror, and it's kind of
Yeah.
just made me who I am, both as an actor and kind of a person. Meeting everybody in that community and getting to talk with everybody, share their experiences, and just learn from everybody as well. So I think, yeah, I fell into the horror industry when I originally thought, oh, I'll go off and do something like action. I'll be a big action star, or I'd love
Yeah.
to do fantasy films
I
and
feel like
stuff like that.
action's too much energy. Once you've done
Yeah,
a little
that's
bit of
true.
fight choreography and then you've done it 50 times, it's like it's fine for, a couple of takes, and then I think I'd just be like, I've had enough now. So I feel
Like,
like,
right, give me a chair, let me sit down, let me catch my
yeah.
breath, cup of
No,
tea.
I mean, I'm active, but I just think, doing the same like fight choreography over and over again. I remember doing it in drama school, fight choreography, and like thinking,
Mm.
for me. I like a little bit. I like it when I get given a really little bit in a film, like a fun little few moves or something.
Yeah, yeah, it breaks it up a little bit for
Yeah, but I
for
don't
us
think I could do
actors,
like,
doesn't it?
a full-on action movie with,
Yeah, flips and doing all sorts of
well,
like martial arts stunts.
no, I definitely need a
Leave that
stunt
to
double for that.
professionals.
I,
Leave that
yeah,
to the stuntman.
yeah. Yeah, but you have to do some of it, you have to do your
Yeah,
close-ups, you
you've
have
got
to
to do
do some
some.
of it. So yeah, I'm not sure that's for
Mm.
me.
I certainly like to do more. That is something I'd like to.
Would you? Have you done like a lot? Have you done any training quite quick?
Yeah, definitely. I mean,
Well, you
only
were,
small bits when I was at university. And I've done a couple of bits here and there on actual sets, but
yeah,
nothing too advanced. And I did firearms training the other year, not long back in Wales, and I started thinking I really enjoyed this. I'd like to go more advanced with the firearms stuff. I'd
yeah.
like to then get into doing like basic hand-to-hand combat, other sorts of like medieval weaponry. Ah, the cat is back.
He's back. He's probably just back to attack the Christmas tree. I keep finding, I came in the other day and I found bauble in their bowl, so they're taking it from the tree and put them in the bowl.
That's
Yeah,
it. Cats with
he's just
Christmas
trying
trees
to
is
cause
like
he's
a moth
just trying
to
to
a
cause
flame.
trouble. Yeah.
They see a Christmas tree, they're going to take something from it. They're going to be in the Christmas tree.
He's not so bad. It's her. She's worse. Because he doesn't really bother with toys that much. The only thing he likes is when I have a packet of crisps, I fold the packet into a triangle, and he's obsessed with crisp packet triangles. But
Okay.
he just chases them around and like carries them in his mouth like he's really proud of his prey that he's caught. But he's not that bothered about toys, and he's left the Christmas tree alone. But the girl one likes the baubles because she likes like throwing balls around and like chasing them. So I think she's the bauble thief.
There we are then. Just have to catch her in the act.
Yeah, I think it's her because Kyle. Well, I found one in the bowl, and then Kyle found a few under the sofa, and they take them under there. It's like their lair, like where they
Yeah,
hide
we'll
their.
save them there for later.
It's where
What
they
other
hide their
mischief they're
stuff.
plotting?
Yeah, that's where they hide their stuff.
Hmm.
So tell me about, let's go through the films you've done with Maiko.
Oof.
Not
Right, okay.
necessarily in order, because that's hard to
Not
remember.
in order, okay, because I might miss one or two. Um, did you want to just do features, or do we want to go through all of them?
Go for all of them.
Okay, let me think.
What have you
You know
done?
what? I might just be better getting up a list.
Hmm.
If
So there's
if in doubt,
Pandemonium.
pull up
Do
IMDb.
you remember what my name was in Pandemonium?
Jasmine.
Ah, was it? Because I was trying to think, I was like, I know that everybody was sort of a Disney character, but I couldn't remember who I was.
Yeah, everybody had that kind of like connotation, especially for the strippers.
Yeah,
I did think that was a fun idea. And you're not dead, so
I'm not
Pandemonium 2
dead.
on the way, maybe?
There's been talks.
Well, let's hope those talks continue because we might be filming it this coming year,
Oh, really? Uh-huh.
supposedly. Little bit of insider information for you, Danny.
Yes. It'd be nice to have something on my schedule.
Definitely. Well, I'm sure your schedule will soon fill up. So let's go through them. So first was Legacy of Thorn. Second after that was the April Fool's Day Part 5, The Last Laugh, which was a trailer segment for Grindsploitation. We then move into Slasher House 2. This is really bad that I can't just name this all off by heart.
Oh, it's really
Uh,
hard.
then, then it was Mask of Thorn, then Pandemonium, and then we had obviously a fair big break for COVID while Mike and Anna were isolating with the kids. Then we moved back into April Fool's 88, which was another April Fool's short. We did Horoscopes Volume 2.
Hmm.
I was meant to do Volume 1, but I think I had something else scheduled at the time,
Ah,
which was a shame because I did enjoy Mike's segment Pies. It was quite funny, especially with the rubber fish heads.
yeah.
And then we had Slasher House 3, another April Fools with Prankster's Paradise. After that was Pumpkin Stalks, his Halloween special 2024. Then we move into more recently Wrath of Thorn, Horoscopes Volume 3, April Fools 2000. And then we come to today where I've done the Slasher House anime, Bannister Doll Heist, and Cleaver 3 Maximum Cleavage.
Ah, so basically everything he does. There's
Yes,
there's
pretty
something for you.
much.
I didn't realize he did like a Slate for Falls every year. I know he always does like a Halloween special. I didn't realize he did an April one as well.
Yeah, so we always used to film them every March, and then he'd get it ready for release on April 1st.
Hmm.
So we thought we'd finished with the last one this year, but we're thinking about doing another one next year because we also want to eventually go into making a feature film for it.
Right. Yes. And I saw
So
he's just moved to
we'll,
Wales. I was like
yes, he's in
reading his
Wales now.
post and I was thinking he was going to say he's moved up here because it's, where he's from. And then I was like, Wales? It's
Yes, North
bizarre.
Wales.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yes, that was a big long journey for him, I'm afraid.
Yes. No, no. Well, because when you're reading it, and I know he's from like Sunderland, isn't he? So I was like, oh, maybe he's
Yeah,
moving
yeah,
back up north. That would be handy for me. What are you
exactly.
doing? There's a cat now trying to empty a bin, and it's only got paper in it.
Well, the cat will find out, and they
Yes.
will make use of it, sure.
Yes. Don't know. He's just got in the bin. He's just sitting in it now.
It's
Well,
his bin now. It
it's his
belongs to
bin
him.
now. It is his bin now. And he worked with Andy Edwards. So he's been on the podcast too on Cinderella's Revenge.
Yes, I
How
have
is
had the
that?
pleasure of working. Oh, it was brilliant. One of my favorite experiences I've had in recent times. Andy's a brilliant director.
Hmm.
I've really enjoyed getting to know him more as well. We actually ran into each other last year at the Ibiza Film Festival
Right,
because me and my family have a timeshare out in near Marbella.
right.
So we were there, and we'd heard. I found Andy's post on Instagram saying he was there for his film Custom that he produced.
Hmm.
So I sent him a message over saying, "Oh, hi Andy. By the way, we're in Marbella. Um, if you're free for a drink, we'll like to catch up with you before we
Hmm.
fly home the next day."
Yeah.
Next thing I know, he's saying, "Oh, we've got the premiere on. Would you like to come down and meet all the cast and crew and going out for drinks in Portobello on the Strip?" So that led to a rather fun night filled with alcohol and
Yeah.
a lot of film talk.
Yeah. No, Andy's fun. I've known Andy years. Like I met him like really early on in my like when I started acting.
Hmm.
So I think I've known him probably before I did any films, actually. Yeah. Yeah. I think
What was the first thing you worked with her
the
on, Andy?
first
Did
thing, well, see, I was in an anthology, but I wasn't in his segment, and that's how I met him through
you?
that. The first thing I worked with Andy on was it was like an anthology thing. I don't really remember what it was called. I know I was like some I don't know, in an office, like I don't know whether I was a lawyer or maybe a secretary or I can't really remember. But I know that we shot in this building and it's actually an office building in London that one of his friends had office space in. But it was designed
Mhm.
like Alice in Wonderland. So there's like a giant rabbit, there's this giant like Alice legs and like her skirt, and there's like tiny little door next to a big door, and like the conference table is like a giant playing card for like the Queen of Hearts. It was like it was a really like bizarre, surreal office building that we shot in, but I can't for the life of me remember what what we actually shot. Um, and then I did a little bit in Punch for him. So
Yes, I
yeah,
remember seeing you in Punch.
yes. So that was a fun. That was a little day trip down to Hastings.
Punch was really good, really good film. Really enjoyed
Yeah,
watching that. It was always
yeah.
nice. It's always nice to see you in anything.
Oh. Playing a barmaid.
And what a great barmaid you were
I
too.
always
It's
feel
always I
like,
usually ask what I love about the festivals. I always like to see everybody that you know
yeah,
getting the roles working and everything. And
yeah,
it's a
popping
nice
up
thing
and
to support
everything.
everybody as well.
But you know, like I don't think I'm in anything this year at Horror on Sea because I haven't done anything.
That must be a first.
It's a first, yeah. I am narrating the Horror on Sea documentary, so my voice will be in it.
Mm.
Well, my face is in it too, but
Oh,
I'm not,
God.
haven't actually done a film or anything this year. I only shot one film last year, and it's released already, so there's no need to put it
Mm.
into a festival. So yeah, it's been a quiet year.
Well, here's hoping that changes for you this coming
Yes,
year.
I'm sure it will. I'm kind of busy with like all the other stuff, and I've been trying to obviously get the podcast running, but I've been doing a podcast every week for the whole of
Mm.
this year, and it's a lot, getting one out each week. So I'm going to slow it down next year and do one a month, and then I'm going to focus on doing other bits and bobs for YouTube. So there'll still be a lot of work, but it's like you know, you can't do everything all of the time. You
No,
need
you need to have a good balance between everything, both
Yeah.
work
And
and home.
especially when you're doing the edit as well and so it's not like you have a big team sometimes on things. It's like it's you
Mm.
alone doing everything. So yeah, so you're one of my final few for 2025, and then 26 it's gonna be a little bit slower on the podcast and focus on film again, maybe,
Mm.
I think. And
Sounds like a good plan.
so not only do you work in most of Maiko's films, you also work with Chris Saunders a lot.
I
So
do
you
indeed.
kind of in all of his as well. So I've seen
Yeah,
you on sets
the
there.
majority of them. Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, are you in a similar area to him? He's not Derby, but somewhere in the
No,
Midlands.
he's Leicester, so he's close by for
It's
me
in the
as well.
Midlands, isn't it? Is it the
Yeah,
Midlands?
he's
Yeah,
Midlands based.
yeah. So yeah. So it's funny, isn't it? Like all the little areas that do have their own film kind of in like mini industries.
Yeah, yeah. And Leicester seems to have quite a few good directors. Obviously, you've got Chris, and then there's always Steve Lawson as well.
Yes.
He's a very prolific director.
Yeah, well, he's who I shot with this year.
Yeah, yeah. I did see you've done a couple of films, Steve.
Yeah, so the Priest Thanksgiving Massacre one, and there was something else that I shot. I don't know what it's again. I don't know what it's called. I'm not very good at this. It was ages ago, and it was a really small. It was just like a one day, and I was in and said my lines, and I
Mm.
left, and there was nobody else there. Like he's cheated it so that there's somebody there. So when you kind of go
Okay.
into something like that, and you're kind of none the wiser once you've left. It was one of those days.
Yeah.
I mean, it
I
was
find that
great.
in terms of just doing it, like having those scenes where you just have to be kind of on your own and having it like
Well, I like to have somebody
Say
to,
cheated to like you're speaking to the characters.
yeah, I mean, obviously in an ideal world, you have the other person there because you can react properly to, however they deliver something. But I think in this case, he'd either shot the other person already, or I'm not sure what it was, but we just, that was the way we did it. I mean, I was only a small role. I played an estate agent.
Hmm.
So yeah, it wasn't like a major role. So I suppose in something like that, you can do it by yourself.
Yeah.
But yeah, ideally you'd have someone there. Saying that though, I
I
like I like doing green screen stuff when there's nothing there. When it's like a fantasy
hmm.
character or something. I actually really enjoy doing green screen acting, and a lot of people don't like it because they don't have
Yeah, yeah.
something to react from. But
Yeah, you've got to really rely on every single skill that you have in order to
yeah,
make that performance
but
as
I'm
good as
like, I
possible.
can imagine there's a pterodactyl there. Like, I've got
The
this.
joys of an overactive imagination, Danny.
Yes. Yeah, I
I
find it
mean,
super
yeah,
fun
green screen
because it's
acting has
like
got that.
playing. It's like when you're a
Yeah,
child and
yeah,
you imagine and it's playing, whereas like other acting's less like playing because you've got, well, I know you've got lines and you've got someone to work from, but I think when you're doing that, it's just pure imagination that you've got to
mm.
go with. So yeah, I don't know, I enjoy it.
You've sold it to me.
Yeah. Have you done much green screen stuff then? Like,
Only small bits.
little bit?
I think the last time I ever did anything green screen wise was for a World War One documentary
Mm.
some years back, and it
Oh,
was
well.
basically just, and even again, it wasn't so much like
That's probably less fun because in a World War One
lines.
documentary, you're probably being shot at.
Yes, that's true. I have to
So
act like I'm being shot while I'm in this like little biplane, trying to
yeah,
shoot through like the propeller of a with a rifle as well. So that
yeah.
was interesting. And then most of it was all narration anyway. So a lot of the stuff we did like a few weeks later in a recording booth somewhere in
Mm.
I think it was oh someplace again in the Midlands.
That's
Oh,
my plant. Stop.
there we go. The curtain climbing's back.
No, I've got a plant hanging down. It actually needs watering, but maybe he was telling me that it needs to be watered. It's like a trailing devil's ivy.
Maybe.
Mm, no, I don't know what he's doing actually. He just wants trouble because he's just been fed. So he's not hungry. He's just looking for something to break.
Occupy the time.
Yeah, something to break. Now he's climbing a shelf. That shelf's going to come off the wall. So the other half of this is a photo studio, and I've got shelves that had boxes of like props and costume bits, but they were like floating shelves, and they're useless. They're wonky now. So he's now sitting on one.
Yeah.
They need taking off, and like I need. It's a blue job though, isn't it? I keep saying to Kyle, I need these shelves fixing. I need these shelves fixing.
It's a blue collar
One,
job that.
yeah, one day he'll get the memo and he'll do
Oh, there.
it.
Maybe if you're lucky, the cats will take him down for you.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, he is heavy. Cats are quite heavy, so yeah, probably
More than you think.
heavier than you think. So, because we've got the Christmas tree and things are getting a little bit festive, what are you actually doing for Christmas?
For Christmas, well, thankfully I'm not working, which is good.
What do you do? Do you
Um,
have a day job?
I do, yeah. So I'm a cinema manager for a multiplex cinema.
Ah, well, that's fun. You get to watch all the films.
You would think so, Danny. You would
Do
think
you not
so.
get to watch all the films?
No, I don't, unfortunately. I can if I have time off, but that's the only problem. I work 5 days a week, shift work, and constantly changing hours to suit like the needs of the business. And I have 2 days off, and most of them I like to spend them at home
Yeah,
and
you kind of
relax.
don't want to be at your workplace on your day off.
No, definitely not. But on occasion, because obviously my family know that I have, like, say, free tickets to go and see films, they'll all say,
Yeah.
"Oh, well, we want to go and watch this. This is new out at the cinema. Let's say it's Wicked or the new Avatar. Can we go watch it?" And I'm going, "Yes, fine, that's all right. You can go watch it. I might have a nap for a couple of hours."
Oh, well, it's
But
a perk for them.
yeah, it is, and I do love that perk. It's great to obviously when I do get a chance go and watch as many films as I like. So
Yeah.
mostly for me and my other half, we always go and watch every horror we can.
Yeah. I mean, I
That
stopped
does
going
tend.
to the cinema for years. Like when I was at drama school, I had used to have one of those like cinema passes, and we used to go and watch like three in a row. And then I just kind of
Mm,
didn't go anymore. And I think because TVs are so big now, and because like things are streaming really, really quickly, you don't. I
yeah.
don't know. I kind of stopped, but we've been going quite a bit recently. We have. I've been
What was
like,
the
oh,
last thing you went to watch?
um, I went to see something the other week, but what was it? What was out that I would have watched? Um. We were going to go
Do you
and double
remember
bill,
what
but we
the
didn't
one?
end up doing that. So we didn't watch Predator, but we watched something else.
Hmm.
I don't know.
Do you remember what genre it was?
I mean, I would like to say it was horror. Usually it is.
Usually.
Hmm. I just had, did you hear that crash? There's another crash. I don't know what I went to see. I'll have a look in our break. I'll have a look and see what it was. It was literally like week before last or last week. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like there's been
You're
some good
coming back
stuff out this year. I went to see Jaws this year, like for the 50th anniversary re-release, and that was incredible on the cinema screen. And
mm.
we double billed I Know What You Did Last Summer and 28 Years Later.
No, good.
So that was
How'd you find them?
I loved them both. I mean, I loved I Know What You Did Last Summer because I think it was like I think it's everything I wanted it to be, and because they didn't recast and they had original characters and it was a sequel, even though it was like the same kind of story, I think it worked. And then
Mm.
28 years later, kind of the first one, 28 days later, that was shot in East London, and it was shot at 3 Mill Studio and the surrounding areas, and that's where I went to drama school and I lived in the surrounding area, so
Oh,
I always
wow.
recognize a lot of the places. And then
Mm.
28 years later, it's shot on Holy Island, which is up here. And it's actually
Yeah,
where
in the
me and Kai went
northeast.
on our first date. Yeah, to Holy Island. He took
Oh,
me on a
wow.
hike. I was like, I went on a hike to an island that I couldn't escape from till the tide's in if I wasn't having fun, but it worked out. But yeah, I think because I recognize the areas, I kind of liked it. And I don't know whether it would appeal to me quite so much if I didn't. So I don't know. But I
Hmm.
thought it was great. I thought it was
So, all
great.
being well, you'll enjoy the next one, The Bone Temple.
Yeah, I mean, I'll definitely watch it. I'm invested now. So I'll definitely watch it. What's your favorite film this year been so far? I say so far, and we haven't got much year left now,
I
so
mean, yeah, there's not much left of the year, and not much else coming out really. I think the last things that are coming out this year are Five Nights at Freddy's 2 and Avatar seem to be the big
I couldn't
ones.
get into Five Nights at
But for
Freddy
me,
1. We started it and
no,
then no, gave up.
it appeals to a different generation completely.
I
Like
think
the
that's it.
generation that played with the games when obviously they were like teenagers. It's for them, and it's not my cup of tea either.
It's like I've
I
never
just
been
think
into computer games either, so even if I'd have been then, I probably still wouldn't have gotten into it.
the only good pick was Matthew Lillard for me.
I mean, he's
I didn't.
great in everything, but yeah, I wasn't. I don't. The characters were just. I didn't get it.
Yeah, you just it's a generational thing, I think,
Yeah,
definitely with the people who played the games. They understand the lore and the concepts behind these characters. Well, if you're going in fresh face to it, it's just a bit over your head, a bit too wacky for me. But
yeah,
the only reason I'll probably watch the second is for Matthew Lillard.
yeah.
But for me, I'm trying to think of how else has come out this year. I feel Sinners was this year as well. Wasn't it this year or
I
last
haven't
year?
seen it. I don't know. I still
You know
haven't
what?
seen Weapons either. I really want to watch Weapons, and I'm
Now I wanted to watch Weapons, but never got round to it. And I heard so many good things, and then a couple of mixed, like
yeah,
within some other
it's been
people. But
Marmite. I've heard people have loved it or people have hated it, so
yeah,
it's on my
but I heard it
list.
was quite brutal as well. So
Mm, yeah.
it definitely would have been up my street. I would definitely like to have watched that. And yeah, I'm trying to think what else I've watched now, Danny. You know what? I'm going to have to double check. I normally keep a list of everything I review
Do you?
when
That's
watching
very
films. Yeah, normally.
organized.
I know because Letterbox seems to be the big thing now that
Right.
everybody does like
I'm
their
not
own
on there.
personal reviews for films.
Right.
I have a profile, but I've never used it. I
Right.
always stick with IMDb. It's just what I know.
Yeah.
So I'm sure Sinners was either this. It must have been last year,
I'm
actually.
still trying to
Sinners.
think what I watched last week.
No, Sinners was this year. So there we go. Sinners,
Oh,
definitely.
okay. I haven't seen it.
Absolutely brilliant film.
Who
I
was in
would
it?
fully recommend it. It's Michael B. Jordan playing twins,
Ah, okay.
and they set in the 1930s in sort of like the southern, I think it's the southern states,
Right.
and basically about these two brothers who infiltrated two different gangs, one from the Italian side, one from the Irish side, and became quite well-known crime gangsters.
Okay.
And they basically go and set up this juke joint in I can't remember which state it is, but it obviously allows them to set up a bit of a sanctuary for the black community.
Hmm.
They get threatened by the KKK. They then eventually run into Jack O'Connell's character, who turns out to be a vampire and starts leading this sort of like assault on the joint
Hmm.
with all these other vampires, and it's very very good. It delves into a lot of really interesting concepts, obviously about culture, where
Hmm.
people have come from, what comes after, and then it's kind of like a lot of the cultural terms about obviously the differences between the white and black communities and the
Yeah.
Chinese community that sort of serve them both at the same time. Plus some really good like horror dynamics as well, and some
Yeah.
really good performances. I love Jack O'Connell. I think he's brilliant in everything he does. But yeah, best performance I've seen him do in Sinners. So it's a 10 out of 10 and a definite watch.
Wow. 10 out of 10. I'll definitely watch it. Was Nosferatu this year? Is
I
that this
feel like
year?
Nosferatu was last year,
Was it? Well,
but I could be wrong.
hmm.
But that again, absolutely fantastic. And yeah,
Yeah.
last year, my other half is massive into gothic horror.
Right.
So we watched Frankenstein actually last week,
I
the
couldn't
Guillermo
get
del
into
Toro
it.
one.
Again, we turned it off.
Yeah.
I just thought it was too stylized and too CGI'd and just I don't know. We gave it a good half an hour and then we were like, nah. But
No, no, I was the other way. I was
where are
gripped.
you?
Yeah, I'm not
I wanted
familiar.
to
I'm
love
not
it. I
overly
was so
familiar with the
excited
writing.
about it. Like I couldn't wait to watch it and I was like, oh. But,
Just
well,
yeah, I think that's it with films, though, isn't it? They have to grab you quickly.
yeah. Like if 20 minutes, it gets 20 minutes or I'm turning it off. But we
Yeah.
are out of time for
Sometimes
our
it can
first
be too slow.
half. So we're gonna have to take a short break and I will see you back here shortly. Welcome back to the Scream Princess podcast. Welcome back to part two of the Scream Princess podcast. And I've remembered what film it was. Well, I didn't remember. I asked my boyfriend in the break, and it was Running Man that we watched last week. So it
Ah,
wasn't a
Running Man.
horror. It wasn't a horror, and that's probably why I couldn't remember. I did think it was good though, a bit far-fetched, but have you seen it
Yeah,
yet?
I haven't seen it.
You
No, I
haven't
haven't
seen
seen
it.
this Running Man.
Oh, I quite liked it. And I've listed, so actually I've been to cinema more this year than I think I have in the last like 5 years put together. But let's see
Okay.
if you've watched any of these. Final Destination Bloodlines.
No.
Ah, it was amazing. It was Tony Todd's final film appearance.
Gutting, really. To have lost such a legend in the genre.
I
To be
know.
honest, Danny, I haven't actually watched any Final Destination movie. That's a bad thing to say, isn't it?
What? How old are you?
30.
Okay. Okay, that's understandable then. You're much younger than me. Yeah, so they were like when I was like a late teen, I think they started coming out. So for me, that was like my favorite era of horror was like the late 90s, early noughties. But yeah, you would have been too young or not born. So
My other
okay,
half has said might need to watch them, so they
I'll let
are
you.
they are
Oh my God,
on the
you
list.
do. And how many there's like five, six of them, so you can just literally binge them.
Yeah,
They are really good. They are really good. I think even if I watch them now for a first time, maybe like some of the effects maybe would be
a
slightly
little dated.
maybe, but not all of them. I think some of the newer ones are more far-fetched, some of them, I don't know. But yeah, I'll let
Tends
you
to
watch
happen,
them.
doesn't it, when they go on for years and years with a
Yeah.
similar franchise?
So the same with I Know What You Did Last Summer then. You probably have you seen the original?
Yes, I have
Oh,
seen the
you have
original.
seen that one. Okay, you've seen that
I have
one.
seen the original. Yes, I have seen quite a few OG horrors,
Yes.
but there's still a long, lengthy list of ones I have still yet to watch.
28 years later, we've mentioned. But had you seen the original of that?
Yes,
Yes,
I
okay.
had seen 28 Days. I haven't seen
But so
28 Weeks.
28 years, you were two when it came out.
Yeah,
My God, that's crazy. Um,
yeah.
Nightmare on Elm Street, I went to see because they released that for Halloween. So we went to see that around Halloween.
Yes,
Jaws.
I have seen that as well. I have seen most of the Nightmare on Elm Streets as
I
Freddy
actually have
Krueger looks
only
like
seen the
Michael
first
Slasher.
one. I've only seen the first one because that was even before my time. That was 80s. So
Mm,
that I didn't even watch those. Jaws, you've seen Jaws, right?
of course, I've seen Jaws.
Okay. And I went to see The Last Showgirl. It was the Pamela Anderson film that was meant to like
Oh
change
yes.
her career because I mean, I feel like she played very much herself. So it was meant to be like career changing because it was like a meaty role and she had to show vulnerability and she wasn't just like, sexy. But
Hmm,
I feel like it was kind of, I don't know, it was kind of sad, but I liked it.
hmm. I
Jurassic
did get
World.
caught watching it with her.
So you weren't even born when Jurassic Park came out, were you?
When was Jurassic Park out? 93?
Yeah, maybe.
No, I
You
wasn't
weren't
around
born.
when Jurassic Park was
Oh my
aired.
God, that is crazy. I remember seeing that as like a kid going to the cinema and my aunt saying it's going to be too scary for her. And I think I must have been about 8 and it wasn't too scary. It was fine. So have you
I,
seen
I,
more?
I have seen I've seen all Jurassic
You've seen
films.
them. What did you
All of
see
them.
Rebirth?
No, I haven't seen Rebirth yet.
Right. Because I was so excited and then it was such a letdown.
Yeah, well, the whole Jurassic World franchise has been nothing but a letdown.
Well, I don't know. See, I didn't mind them. I quite like them. Like it's not a patch on the original, but I think for a separate dinosaur franchise, I kind of liked it. And even like the third one, which was, even more far-fetched, I still kind of liked it. But
I
yeah,
liked I liked Jurassic World, and I didn't mind the second one they did, Fallen Kingdom, I think it was.
yeah.
I didn't mind them, but after Dominion,
Oh,
just
I like cried when the
minute.
dinosaur got like left on the island at the end, and it's like
Oh yeah, the big tall like Brachiosaurus. Yeah,
it was the
that
saddest
was
thing
horrible.
ever. Yeah.
Yeah, my mum shed a tear during that scene
Yeah,
as well.
it was horrible. Running Man, you haven't seen yet, and Heart Eyes. Did you see Heart Eyes?
Yes, Hot Eyes is great. I
I
really
really
enjoyed
liked
Hot Eyes.
it. He didn't like it. We went to see it on Valentine's Day, and he wasn't a fan, but I liked it. It was very, see,
Oh,
that was
it was
very
just great.
90s.
It's just exactly what you expected.
It was very much a 90s slasher. So it
Yeah,
was like my absolute favorite. What's your favorite like subgenre of horror?
that is tough. I do have a bit of an affinity towards slashers
Mm,
because I've been in so many,
yeah,
and I've always loved watching them. I always really enjoy slasher horrors.
yeah,
Like I said, my favorite ones, obviously, Nightmare on Elm Street. And just mainly because, like the 80s, 90s ones, you've got some very iconic killers, and I
mm,
think when you've got such a good OG sort of villain that is just a villain for villain's sake,
yeah.
no matter what their sort of backstory is, it's just all the more like intriguing to watch. And I think that's kind of like helped me like go into sort of the horror genre and watching that sort of film.
Hmm.
But I also love anything kind of otherworldly, like anything like Lovecraftian inspired. I love
Right.
anything that's kind of like deep in like dark mythos or folklore,
Mm,
uh, stuff that has like a real like cultural connection. So
right.
I just like anything that's really, really creepy from like history as well.
Yeah, see, I've said this before on here, but I don't in real life necessarily believe in ghosts. Like I love the idea of them. Like I would love to be haunted. Like I've gone on ghost hunts and I'd love for something to happen to make me believe in them. But I'm kind of one of those seeing is believing. However,
Mm,
a really good paranormal horror will really creep me out. Like it's
mm.
just the suspense and the spookiness. So I do find paranormal films, even though I don't necessarily believe in it for real. I mean, I want to. Like, I'm still
Mm.
hopeful. But
One day we can
one
only dream.
day, yeah, then you start deep diving and questioning it and you think, well, ghosts didn't really exist before Victorian times, did they? So what happened to the other ones? And you never get a ghost wearing like modern day clothes. They're all historical.
Yeah,
And you never
always,
get a
always.
ghost haunting like your local co-op, do you? It's always a stately home or
Yeah, it's never
Oh,
like, oh, you've got these ghosts haunting a nightclub, let's say, and
yeah. I mean, that wouldn't
like,
be a bad idea for a film though, but I think it would probably have to be a comedy horror.
oh, definitely,
You
yeah.
know, that's actually not a bad idea. And,
I'll let you work on that then. You let you get to work on the script.
I feel like I've got enough scripts to get to work on at the moment. I've got a couple that I would like. I've got one finished that I'd like to get made, but it's one that just needs a lot more budget than I'm
Mm,
used to dealing with and more than I know how to find. So there's that. And then I've got another idea that's very early in development. So
mm.
I'll keep
Have you
stewing.
spent quite a lot of this year writing?
No, no, I haven't really. So
Mhm.
this script that is kind of ready, that was like the last few years really I was writing it. And it's just kind of sat there. I need to delve into it and kind of give it a bit of a rewrite and then see what I can do with it. But it's
It's
not going to
ready to
get
go.
made sitting on my laptop, is it?
No, very true.
So I should do something about that next year.
A New Year's resolution for you then.
Yeah. So what was the film then? Because obviously we're sort of a decade and a bit apart. What was the film that you watched that kind of made you love horror? Or can you remember the first horror film you watched as well?
Oh, that's tough.
Was there a
Oh,
moment where you were like, this is terrifying. I love it.
I can't say no. I can't remember the first ever horror film I watched, but I do remember one that stuck with me the most. I think a lot of people felt the same when it came out. Do you remember Sinister with
Yes.
Ethan Hawke?
Yeah, I remember seeing that at Fright Fest.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah, I think it had
I
its
bet that
British
was an
premiere
amazing
at Fright
experience.
Fest. It was a really
Brilliant.
good year actually for Fright Fest that year. They had VHS, Sinister, American Mary.
Uh,
I don't know if you've seen that one, but if you haven't, watch it.
I haven't, but I know of it.
Oh, it's brilliant.
There we are. That one's added to the list then. I'll get
And
that
it's
watched. Yeah, for me, Sinister was probably the moment
mm,
where I started like having a bit more of an affinity to horror films. And again, it's a paranormal one.
yeah.
It's got one of probably the creepiest entities I've ever seen in any sort of like, well, I guess more modernish horror.
Mm,
But yeah, just the amount of like creepy suspense, and I love the use of the found footage cameras scenes as well, where he's
hmm.
watching all the playbacks of how the families die with them being
Yeah,
influenced by the ball. And I do just think the design as well, the
yeah.
prosthetics, the makeup, special effects, just all very, very chilling. And I think it also sells a good horror film, well, when you've got a really creepy soundtrack.
Yeah, 100%. It makes such a difference.
So yeah, probably the horror film that sticks with me the most.
Yeah. I think I have a copy, but I feel like I have watched it again years later and it didn't hit the same as
Hmm.
it did. And I feel, but maybe now it's been such a long time since I've seen it. I can't really remember what happened. So maybe now it would be worth giving another go.
Yeah, there's obviously been a sequel as well. I think
I don't
once
think that was as good.
No, it wasn't.
No.
It really wasn't. But that kind of just tends to be the case, doesn't it, with I think horrors from like the late 2010s and
Mm.
even modern day now, it's so hard for them to kind of really have that same level of like shock and fright factor because
Yeah,
we've
because
seen what's happened already. How do you change up what you know is people are already going to expect and everybody does the same thing?
yeah, and I think 'cause it takes a lot more to scare people or shock people now. They always have to kind of push it and find another way. But maybe then
Mm.
now there's a lot of like really slow burning stuff, so they're kind of taking it back rather than kind of giving you all this shock factor straight away. They're kind of
Yeah.
slowing it
I think
down.
yeah, they're going back to more the horror roots really with trying to scare audiences, which is good.
Yeah,
I think that's probably a better way of going around.
yeah, definitely. So if you could like reimagine any kind of famous horror character or if you could like play them in a sequel or a remake, who would it be?
That'd be tough. There's a few. There's a few to pick from. Might take me a moment to answer this one. You've given me that's a very good question, Annie. Um, Top of the list is probably Freddy Krueger
Hmm.
because he's my staple slasher. Um, I always really enjoyed Pinhead from Hellraiser.
Mm. I've only just watched that, and I've got one of the Cenobites. I've got one of the Cenobites coming on the show, so I was like, I better watch it.
Ooh, which one would that be? I wonder.
Um, well, you'll find out the week following yours.
Mm, stay tuned for that one.
Stay tuned, just in
Um,
case anything happens and he can't come on. But yes,
well,
no,
yeah.
you might have met him actually, Simon Bamford. He's in
No, I haven't
video.
met Simon, but I do
He's
know.
in. Is he in Video Shop? He's in
But
Mosaic.
as in, oh, I haven't seen Mosaic
I haven't
yet,
seen
unfortunately.
Mosaic. Okay, he plays the cop in Mosaic. I'm not sure if he's in Video Shop anywhere.
Hmm.
Maybe not. He's
One
definitely
of
in Mosaic, and I'm not sure about Witches of the Sands. He could possibly again be in that, but who isn't?
possibly. Yeah, I'm about to say there's a lot of people in witches.
Apparently, it's finished. The final scene was shot yesterday.
There is a god. The
Yeah, I
final
was like,
scene
yeah, but is it going to be the final scene, or will he have another idea? Will there be more?
is it? I remember Tony on the day we went to Free Sprite Studios saying that the scene we were filming was the final scene,
Yeah,
and
I've
then
heard it
lo and
so many
behold,
times. But I shot the very first scene, so I'm having that as a claim to fame. Way
came to
back
fame
in
first.
lockdown.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Because I think it was going to be a short film, and Tony messaged me and said, "Can you just shoot like this tiny piece to camera, playing a character I'd played in another film that I'd done, and who like the character was a ghost hunter, so I just played her. But then I ended up coming back and playing all kind because the film kind of got crazy, didn't it? So
The film became
it
something else.
became something else. Yeah. So I feel
Became,
like there should be a
became a
document.
monster that only Tony could control.
There should be a documentary about the making of, or the mind of, inside the mind of Tony Marden. What they should.
Oh, we really want that to come out?
Yes,
we,
I'm
we'd we'd
curious.
all we'd all lose our own minds trying to figure that out.
That's true. Any others?
There probably is quite a few, Danny, but they're all kind of like jumbled around in. So I think for now we'll just stick with Freddie.
We'll stick with Freddie. I'm losing my questions. I'm like, what page am I on? What's your favorite recent film?
Recent film. How recent are we talking?
Well, like the most recent that I have found the right page now. The most recent film that you've really loved. So because I'd say like the last film I thought it was really, really good and really, really scary is like now quite an old film. It's like probably 10 years old. It's like Autopsy of Jane Doe.
Oh yeah,
And
yeah.
I don't think anything's been that good since. I mean,
Since
I've seen
then,
other stuff I've liked, but nothing that's really scared me. And that one I found
hmm,
very scary.
consult my notes for that one.
I love that you have notes, phone
I
notes.
have no. Oh, what can I choose from? I mean, Nosferatu was really, really good. I
Yeah,
really
I really
enjoyed it.
liked it. It was last year. I don't know how I thought it was this year. This year's gone so quickly though.
It
2025
has.
has
It's flown
literally
by.
flown.
And then probably the same thing will be here this time next year, thinking the same thing, probably
Yeah.
thinking, where
Honestly,
on
the
earth has
older you
that
get, the
gone?
quicker they go.
Oh God, they were right about that.
It is
Never
true.
paid attention to that saying when you were a kid, did you?
No,
You
I
just
know.
think,
And
"Yeah,
people always used to
never
tell me,
happening."
they'd be like, the school days are the best days of your life. And you're like, no, they're not. You never know how easy it is until you leave home. And you're like, no, I'll be fine.
Yeah, well, I'll be all right. I don't have to worry about it.
Yes. And then come the mortgages and the bills.
Yeah, then yeah, the adult life hits hard.
Yeah. I mean, I like being a grown up because I like being able to do what I want to do, But
Well, yeah, it does. It does come with its perks.
yeah, it does have perks. And I like drinking champagne, so I couldn't do that when I was a kid.
We like the finer things in life.
We do. She says sitting here drinking tea because it is that cold that I'm just tea to warm up.
I think. I think for this year at least, I think the film that has stuck with me the most as one of my favourites has been again. I'm gonna have to go with Sinners.
Then is. I definitely need to check this out.
Oh,
What
I
are
can
you
fully recommend it.
what are you scared of in real life?
Sharks,
Sharks. That's a funny
shark,
one though, isn't it? I'm the same. I'm scared of sharks. It's an irrational fear because I'm very unlikely to get eaten by a shark in England.
exactly.
And I'm
What
very
is it
unlikely
like?
to get in the sea anywhere where there are likely to be sharks. You know what I mean? Like if I'm in Australia, I'm not getting in the sea. I'll sunbathe and then
Why
I'll,
even go to Australia? Why even go?
well, yeah, there is that. Because the spiders,
Where
I don't like spiders.
everything in nature in Australia wants to kill you.
Apart from the koalas, but they all have
They
chlamydia.
they come with
So
their own
you
drawbacks.
might get if you cuddle a koala, you might get like chlamydia in your eye or something.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So every piece of wildlife's a problem in Australia.
Yeah.
So
I feel like we're really lucky in this country because if we go on a hike in the forest or whatever, you're going to be okay. Do you know what I mean?
mm,
I think the deer are going to stay away from you and you're probably going to be okay. But it, like I remember going camping in Canada with my cousins because they all live in Canada, and we'd go
mm.
over in the summer, and my uncle would take us camping, and there'd be signs saying "Beware bears." I'm like, this is extreme camping. Like, I'm going to get eaten by a bear, and you have to keep your
I'd
food
say we don't
separate.
have those sort of animals
No,
here. We don't
you
have
have to
any
keep your
like
food separate. You
dangerous
have like
wildlife in the UK.
Well, you have your tent and you don't keep your food in your tent. You have a separate tent for the food because a
Mm.
skunk got our biscuits. Like the bears didn't, thankfully, but like the skunk got in and like
Skunk,
managed to
it's a
find some
skunk you
biscuits.
had to watch out for all the time.
Yeah, I mean they won't kill you.
They won't kill you,
They
but they'll spray you.
they might
And
spray
you'll
you.
see.
I'd be like, take the biscuits. It's fine, you can have them. I don't
Fine,
need the
you
calories.
do it.
I don't need the
Go on.
calories
You
anyway. But yeah, I
take the
mean
biscuits, and
Canada.
the bear can go and attack the skunk then.
Well, you've got bears. Do they have wolves? I don't know. They might have wolves. I feel like they
Oh
probably
yeah,
do
probably, yeah,
somewhere. And then,
definitely.
like America, you've got mountain lions, and you do get some poisonous things.
Coyotes.
Yeah, I think coyotes probably stay away from you too, but I wouldn't want to risk it.
No,
You know?
no, definitely.
I mean, Australia, dingoes. I think they probably stay away from you. Wouldn't want to risk it.
Yeah. Why take a chance?
Yeah, it's the spiders I don't like. Like I like snakes, but I don't want to be next to a poisonous snake. Like I'm okay holding someone's pet snake that doesn't have venom, like
Mm.
that's okay. Or, a constrictor that's not big enough to constrict me. Like if I'm not its food size, it's gonna leave
Yeah,
me alone.
exactly. And like with most of them, you either don't have very venomous snakes who are,
Yeah.
that you can have as pets, or most of them tend to get either, well, I think they used to get defanged most
Yeah.
of
I
the
mean,
time.
so I'm cool with that, but like I wouldn't want to be the bush and and then spot a snake
No,
that probably looks perfectly innocent, but it's like a ninja.
far
So
from. But
yeah.
yeah, at least we don't have to deal with sharks in this country, or at least not the big scary kind.
No, but then you see these things, don't you? Like shark spotted, and it's like, I don't know, a basking shark or something, but I would still literally shit my pants if I
Well,
saw
yeah,
one.
you have anything in the dark, murky waters off the UK come near, you're thinking,
Yeah.
I'm getting out of the
And
water.
like somebody saw an octopus in Whitby the other day. Like it was quite a sizable octopus. Like if I was swimming, like I think they're fascinating, but I don't want to be swimming with one. I know that's why
No.
I don't really go in the sea. I do. Like up here I will. And then you just got to contend with a few jellyfish. But it has to be a hot summer's day before I'm getting in the sea. I
Oh,
did a lot like when I
definitely.
was south, like me and my friend used to like in Hastings and like the south coast, we used to go in the sea quite a lot. That's probably where you're more likely to find stuff because it's warmer. But
Yeah, probably. That's
yeah,
just off the coast, aren't we, with the Atlantic and yeah.
yeah.
Anyway, I would keep clear of sharks. And even then, I would say I saw Jaws many, many years ago, and that didn't really have an effect on me because obviously back then, you look at the big plastic rubber shark coming out of the water and you think, oh, that looks stupid.
I thought he looked
And
super
then,
real when I watched it. I didn't really have any other sharks to compare it with. I hadn't seen many other sharks. I think Jaws was
oh,
like
there's a lot of awful shark films nowadays in
oh,
like Hollywood, and they're far more
there
terrifying.
are. I mean,
Shallow with Blake Lively is a really good one.
I have seen that one, and I love Deep Blue Sea.
Oh, Deep
Even
Blue
though the
Sea is a
shark's
very
not
good one.
always great, I think it's such a good film.
It is a good film. I do enjoy that one.
Have you ever
But one of
seen
them that
Sharks in
abs-
Venice? That's a bad one.
no,
It's
I
one of the
haven't actually.
like lesser known Baldwin brothers, and it's
Oh,
like sharks in Venice in the canals, and it's terrible.
I think I've seen it advertised before when it first
Yeah.
came out, and then they did the one. Was it a couple of years ago? Where there was a massive shark in Paris.
Oh, I didn't see that
I can't.
one. I didn't see that one.
It might have just been
Sharknado,
called Shark in
but
Paris.
Sharknado
Oh
was
yes,
kind of entertaining. It was
yeah.
like,
Then they made lots of different things.
what can we make a film about? A tornado and sharks, Sharknado. But they did well,
Mm.
didn't they? They was there like
I
five,
mean, they
six of
did. They
them.
were they were around for some time, and they started creating a lot of their own sort of like spin-offs and
Yeah,
gimmick films. So,
yeah.
and they're still a big thing now.
I kind of like thing is that they're the kind of films that I'd like to be in because they're funny. Like you'd have fun
Yeah,
with
they are.
them. You'd have fun making them.
Yeah, I was meant to be on a film last year that was something called like I don't know, Extreme Firenado or something, some like
Wow.
wildfire tornado. But
Okay.
unfortunately, they were filming in Ipswich, and I wasn't able to get the time off work. But I thought, oh, that'd be funny. Add that
Um,
to the repertoire, a NATO film.
yeah. No, that would be super fun. So is there a director that you would love to work with?
There's a few.
There's
There's
a
a
few.
few, definitely. Yeah, if we're thinking indie wise, definitely.
Well, indie
Um,
and, like set your
and
sights high.
it's high Hollywood. Um, Robert Eggers in terms of Hollywood.
Hmm.
Robert Eggers definitely because I've seen all of his films apart from his first, which is The Witch, and again he does all the period-based films going
Mm,
into a lot of gothic folklore
yeah.
surrounding like myths and legends and these like Universal movie monsters, but just
Yeah.
puts a really like amazing sort of like atmosphere and presence into those films, which I think is really good to see, especially because now that horror's kind of like going back to some original roots.
Mm,
I think he's at the very forefront of that, and I think his films are visually stunning.
hmm.
But and the caliber of cast he has is always great. He seems to obviously bring a fair view of them back as well, because I know the next one they're doing, they've got Aaron Taylor Johnson, Lily Rose Depp, Willem Dafoe back as well,
Mm,
and I love a good werewolf film, so I'll
yeah.
be interested to see what he produces.
Yeah.
And then I guess indie wise, I'd like to work with a couple more Midlands directors. Steve Lawson's one of them. I would like to work with him.
Mhm.
I think he's very good. I've got quite a few of his films actually and watched them. So I'll also be adding the Thanksgiving Priest to it as
I
well.
haven't seen it yet. Apparently it's for sale in Asda, but I've had a look and it wasn't in my Asda, so
Yeah. Well,
um
when I get my copy, I will let you know what I have,
yeah.
and I shall let you know what I
Yeah.
think.
I think I just need there's a bigger Asda. I might pop in there this week and see if I can find
Mm,
it. Otherwise, I'll order it online.
mm. And I mean, I'd like to go back to work with Andy as well.
Yeah.
Like to do more stuff with him because he's always busy doing something.
Mhm.
Um, who else?
Are you
Steve.
in Fairy Dust?
No, I'm not. No.
Why do I think you were in Fairy Dust?
I did audition for Fairy Dust, but didn't get anywhere
What did
forward
you
for
pop
it.
up for the other day that you were in? Something new. I feel like
Oh,
it was
what
Fairy Dust.
a recent one, recent
Yeah.
casting.
Yeah.
I've just been cast in The Dolls by David
That was
Riley.
it, not Fairy Dust. You're in the dolls. That's the one.
Yeah, yeah.
That is super. I actually had the director and some of the girls on here, and it was a super fun podcast
Oh, amazing.
earlier this year. And I realized that Paris, I was like, we've done so many like similar things. Like she's all vegan for the animals and like does her horror and she's done like Brave Station. Like I was like, oh, so many
I'd say you've got
similarities.
lots of like connections
Yeah.
with her as
Yeah, but
well.
I'd never met her, but she was in one of the video shops. But I was never on set with her, so I never actually met her. But yes. So when are you filming for that?
I am filming this Sunday.
Oh, this Sunday. So do you have to go
Yeah.
up to Scotland? Or are they filming?
No, he's filming down in Walsall, thankfully.
Ah, okay. I don't know where Warsaw is.
just toward Birmingham.
Right. Oh, okay. So that's handy for you then.
Yeah,
I for
again,
some
quite an
reason
easy
thought
trip
he'd
for me.
have them all in Scotland because he's from Scotland.
Yeah, yeah. Well, he was saying he'd done obviously the main bits of principal photography in Glasgow, and
Hmm.
then he said he's got a location to shoot down here towards like Leicester. He's staying up in Leicester, but then
Right.
going down towards Walsall to do the final day's shooting. So yeah,
Uh,
I just saw it was advertised, and I thought, yeah, go for it. And then spoke to him a couple of days ago. Yeah,
amazing.
looking forward
That
to
was
maybe
the one.
working with
I was
David.
getting confused for some reason. I think because I know they're both being made at a similar time. So yeah, I
Mm.
got confused. So is there a
That's
co-star you would love to work with? So they can be dead or alive. You can choose.
co-star. That's a really good question. There's plenty of people to pick from that.
Mhm.
You see, I would quite like to work with a lot of some of the older generation actors, especially in like from British, those that started out in British theatre.
Mhm.
So I absolutely adore Ian McKellen and the
Mhm.
likes of like Derek Jacobi, Christopher Lee as well.
Yes, I
Very
would love to
famous,
work with
obviously,
him.
his time in horror. Um, I would love to have ever have the opportunity to have worked with Christopher Lee or Ian because of their rich theatrical background and just the years of experience that they have, and for also this their personalities as well. They
Mm.
just seem to be men of the world and have done so much. I mean, Christopher Lee's got obviously one of the most like famous backstories in all
Yeah,
of like,
I
modern
think
day
he'd
cinema.
be so interesting because I
Hmm.
think there's so much about him that he didn't say as well.
Yeah, I think
Secret.
I probably wouldn't get much work done because I'd just be standing in there or sat there in awe, just with my mouth open, just watching them. Just I wouldn't be able to do anything. Just like, wow, okay. Just watching a
Yeah,
legend work would be just the most incredible thing.
yeah. And do you prefer playing a protagonist or a villain?
Yeah. Well, normally I play the dead guy, so
You always get killed.
I don't really tend to be either at the moment. But the
You don't get to be.
couple of
Have
the
you been a
recent
villain? You
films
been a
I've
villain?
done, um,
I mean, I guess in Pandemonium, none
not
of the
like
guys were really nice.
no, they're all like secondary antagonists, aren't they? They're
Yeah.
not exactly like
No, they
outright
weren't.
villains or
You weren't the
predominant
panda.
antagonists. No, exactly.
No.
But over the last couple of years, I have started to move towards villainous characters, and especially in Bannister Doll Heist that I did with Mike, I'm playing much more of a primary antagonist and
Right.
a real nasty piece of work. As well as I've started doing a role that I started in Slash House 3 as Mr. Stitch, who is this Scottish Highlands killer who goes around killing hitchhikers and local people in the towns, farms, and villages and just skinning them alive and wearing them.
Right.
So I've now started playing that a couple more times, and
Okay.
in Cleaver, I've got much more of a predominant role as one of them. But even then, in that film, he's not so much the villain; he's one of the kind of like main protagonists in that.
Yeah.
So I'm getting a nice little balance of late.
Yeah. That's nice. Balance is
But
good.
villain definitely is the way.
Yeah. I like villains. Villains are fun.
Yeah, I think everybody just loves a good villain.
Yeah. So we're going to finish up on just a little bit of a quick fire round. So, are you ready?
Okay.
Are you ready? Jump scare or slow burn?
Slow burn.
Favorite on-set snack?
A tea and a biscuit.
Tea and biscuit. Popcorn, sweet or salty?
Sweet.
Last show you binge watched?
Uh, Has Been Hotel.
A what?
Has Been Hotel, which is a new animated adult series by Amazon Prime.
Oh, not heard of it.
It's basically like demons, angels, and a lot of really like fucked up shit going on between heaven and hell.
Okay. Okay, sounds interesting.
Quite quirky little animation. But I
And
found it very
last
good.
Last one, go-to karaoke song.
My Way by Frank Sinatra.
Amazing. So what have you got coming up next? Although you're filming on Sunday for the dolls, but what
So
else?
for the dolls, yep, filming on Sunday with David. After that, I'm still waiting on dates for a first-time feature filmmaker by the name of Marley Worth, who's doing a film about child predators in Derbyshire. He's local, so that's good. So we're hopefully starting that in the new year.
Mm-hmm.
I've recently done an audition for another film. I'm just waiting to hear back on that before anything moves forward. Um, there's a couple of things here and there in the pipeline that aren't concrete, so just waiting for the new year to start to see how they develop. Obviously, I'll be doing anything Maiko,
Yeah.
as is expected, so I'm sure whatever Mike wants to do this coming year, I will be helping him with. As well as we've also got a little surprise project, hopefully going to be starting production next year as well. And
Mm.
that will be with myself and Jane, all being well, if things go well. It'll be with Andy Edwards.
Ah, okay. I think I know about this anyway.
You
I
can
don't know what the
imagine you
project
might have
is,
heard
but
about.
I knew they were in talks about something. So
Yeah,
yeah.
so yeah, me and Andy have been in talks with me, MJ, and Andy have all been talking about it. And
Right.
we're hoping to progress it further. But
Yeah.
our just a recent Andy's obviously finished film Fairy Dust, and then Andy's
Hmm.
got another film starting in production in the new year. So
Mm.
we're just kind of like trying to find where we need to move forward next.
Yeah. Amazing. Well, thank you so much for coming on the show.
My absolute
Um,
pleasure, Danny. Thank you for
oh,
having me.
before you go, because I forgot, festive. What's your favorite Christmas movie?
Christmas movie. I would have to say probably Home Alone,
Home Alone. Good
a
choice.
true Christmas classic.
It is a true Christmas classic. Well, thank you so much. Have a wonderful Christmas and a very, very happy New Year. And I'm sure I will see you in 2026.
I'm sure you will, Danny. Have a lovely Christmas and New Year, and I
Thank
hope to
you.
see you at Southend on Sea.